So we just got back on a drive. I'm a little sleep deprived. I think Ben's doing fine, but what did we decide to do, Ben?
We just watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Now we're watching Return to the House on Haunted Hill.
So what is it?
It's the sequel to the movie House on Haunted Hill. Oh,
It's movie night.
oh, that hurt. So we just got done watching Return to the House on Haunted Hill, and it was boring to say the least.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't necessarily say the movie was bad. I would say that it's forgettable. Overall, the movie was boring, forgettable, and super dated. Easily, this movie was made in 2007, and you can easily tell that it was made in the 2000s era. It hits a lot of those, it hit a lot of horror movie tropes within that decade, and it was just another 2000s horror movie. Very forgettable.
So forgettable. It was the longest hour and 15 minutes of my life. We could have been 1/3 done of Salem's Lot, and I still probably would have enjoyed 30 minutes of watching that over what we just watched. But we did get this movie to watch, to review, and we wanted something short and that we thought was going to be a good watch. But it just didn't meet expectations.
Yeah, it wasn't even like one of those movies that were so like cringy. It was good moments. It was, like I said, super forgettable. I wouldn't even give it props for acting or effects or anything like that. Like, obviously, if you've seen any movies made, like horror movies made from like the late 90s to like 2009, you know that one of the biggest things they like to use is just oversaturated CGI for everything. And the effects are definitely done in very garbage CGI. The characters you didn't care about at all.
The only character I did actually care about died in like the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was like the only reason why you really connected with him was because you felt bad for him. He was like one of the bad guys, and like one of the good guys were like, "Hey, I've seen you before. You're like an MMA fighter, aren't you?" And then he got really excited because he's like, "Oh, someone recognized me." And
He picked him up and hugged him.
Yeah, and then the guy's like, "Yeah, you fight like a baby." And then he gave him the finger. It was like, I kind of felt bad for him. And then he gets his arms and legs ripped off and garbage CGI. So
I'm not gonna say that there was nothing good about the movie, but there was one or two good parts. Like I felt like the beginning of the water scene, like whenever all the bodies started popping up, but then it just started to drag on and on.
So I would say that if I was gonna give this movie any props on anything, it would definitely be makeup. The ghosts and the creature, like things that were in the asylum, were definitely freaky looking.
That's another bad point. Why is it in an asylum? It's not the house on Haunted Hill.
Yeah. So like if you've for some seen the original 1950 film, it's done in like a mansion. This one's done in like an asylum.
Oh, that's really basically all I can say about House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah.
Return. It's just, I wouldn't even recommend watching it.
I wouldn't either. The only reason why, like, there were so many moments where we were just gonna like turn it off. The only reason why we stuck around is just to kind of see how the remaining characters would die. That was kind of it. And even then, like, I could have just turned it off and been okay.
Another thing I forgot to mention that I liked basically, even though I hated the asylum elements, the flashback sequences in the asylum I thought were done okay. I mean, clearly they're from a movie we haven't watched, which is the 1999 remake. But I felt like they did okay with the flashbacks. They
Yeah.
felt creepier.
Yeah, I mean, like, so, when we got this, we kind of initially thought this was kind of like a reboot / sequel of the original 1950s version.
We were wrong.
No, yeah, apparently it's a sequel to a complete reboot, and there was an original movie, or like first movie from 1999. I have no intentions on ever watching it. Maybe if sometime down the road I'm like, I want to compare the original and the remake. Maybe we could do like a series. That could be like a series where we compare originals versus the remakes.
I think about watching the remake of this, just not the sequel again. I'd never watched this, but if I was to come across the 1999 version, I'd probably watch it.
Yeah, the only reason why I'd watch it is if I was, for a comparison video.
Yeah.
That'd be it. I would never try and, because I obviously don't think it would be any different. I wouldn't want to watch it I wouldn't look for it for enjoyment.
Yeah. Well, knowing that it has the characters from the 1959 version, it'll definitely feel more like something I would watch. I thought there would be one or two characters that we might know from past from the 1959 version, but there just wasn't. So that's a reason why I'd probably enjoy the actual remake over the sequel. So, yeah. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's about it.
Yeah, there's really nothing to talk about this movie. So that's it for the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, and maybe next time we'll get I think we're gonna do Salem's Lot next. But, yeah.
Salem's Lot.
So yeah.
We were originally supposed to watch it here anyways, but it was late. It's getting too late for me now anyways. So
Yeah. So we'll see you next video, which probably won't happen until next week,
Yeah,
or possibly we'll have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, dude. I so want to watch that movie. I have. Yeah.
So you'll either see that or Salem's Lot next. So one or the other. So adios. Hey guys, what's up? It's me. And I just did last night I did a solo movie night because I was watching a movie that Drake didn't necessarily want to watch, plus it was at 2 a.m. So yeah, I watched the movie Surfs Up with Shia LaBeouf and friends, and I thought it was a really good movie because it's a great animated story. Everyone portrays their character very well, and it's overall a really good film. So I'm going to start my own new list for solo movie nights and stuff, and then I'll keep you guys updated on how I am doing. And tonight I might do another one on another movie. Just don't tell Drake. Okay? It's okay. So I might do another movie night tonight. So just keep watch. So yeah. I have a beard now. What the heck? I need to shave this. Oh gosh. Alright, be right back.